Right, so I just took down a video where I think I was wrong about poimenes is what we were seeing as guide, like, because I think that it was a verb, but this is saying that sun is poetes, and demiurgos, like, which we all know what a demiurge is, right? We see it a lot in our readings. So a demiurge is apparently a being responsible for the creation of the universe based on my Google search. But yeah, in Psalm 23 it says poimenos, and now I'm gonna go talk about the rest of what I was talking about because I took down this video and I'm going like, I really wish I hadn't taken it down, but like, I feel like I should just have one video up. It's the one that I just posted that's that good. Here he calls an idol an image, and I don't know why. This is an old translator, and I think he was pretty good at Greek. And like, you never know who knows what and like who knows what else. So here it talks about the Tower of Babel and like what were they called before the Tower of Babel? What happened? Everyone spoke the same language. God said this isn't gonna work out. Like, I'm gonna make you guys all speak a different language, and because they were shiners. So Origen has to deal with the problem that astrology is like a real thing, that it's predictable. And like, you can prove that you can tell us what the stars are about to do, and if you can prove that the stars are gonna if you can prove that you can predict the stars, you might be able to prove that you can predict a person's life, and he has to deal with that problem. So he does say astrology seems to have some elements of truth, but like, he is against astrology. So he says that he thinks that like believing in astrology is not believing in free will, and that we do have free will. And like, the author like has a footnote that says like, he says that like the stars are like people, I think. At the very bottom, it was Origen's belief that the stars were living beings capable of receiving commandments from God. But that's because stars are a symbol. Like, if you've heard this song from Hollywood Undead, I think it's either Hear Me Now or Young. He refers to us as the stars. We call ourselves the stars. But then the stars are the stars. So it's like a lot of things have multiple meanings. So look, let's go to the middle right after the blue. So he says, actually, we'll just do the blue. Another result of their godless. This is like important. Another result of their godless and unholy principles is that believers are said to believe in God because they are compelled by the stars to believe. But we would ask our opponents to tell us what God meant by so making the world that some men are like really girly creatures and lead like very lascivious, which is sexual lives through no fault of their own. Like, lascivious would be sexually immoral lives through no fault of their own, while others who are in the condition of wild beasts, wild animals, through the revolution of the whole heavens or skies, which of the universe. He's referring to the revolution of the stars, right? Because the stars revolve around the Earth has a revolution, and like the stars are predictable. You can predict the seasons. So through the revolution of the whole heavens, through the revolution of outer space, because God so ordered the universe, abandoned themselves to the most savage and inhuman practices, murders and piracy, like robbing people outright, like like murderers and stealing. And it's like, why need I speak of the incidents of human life and the sins of men? In their countless variety, the champions of these noble principles these very moral, but noble is like a good thing. Principles may free their fellow men from all guilt, but they make God the cause of all that is bad and blameworthy. So like, if you're murdering and doing awful, awful, evil stuff, but you're straight about it, you're good. He's talking to a Greek guy. And like, he's not talking to like a person he knows his audience. And I'm just saying, like, that guy knows his audience, trust me. So like, he in the past has talked about like sexual, I think being gay, it sounded like he thought it was a bad thing. Like, he thought it was immoral. Like, he thought it was like a really bad thing. And now he sure sounds like he's a very, very difficult person, because he's saying like, they're not gay because they want to be. They're gay because they're gay. And we're all sitting here going, okay, Origen wants you to beat your slaves. We're all beating our slaves. Of course you beat your slaves. Origen, like, really is against the gay people. Origen, like, it almost sounds like he'll stone you for adultery sometimes. Like, there are moments there where you're going, all right, Origen, will you stone someone for adultery? But, like, now, he sounds like he thinks that, like, you don't have a choice if you're gay. So, poetes, I am still having trouble with it because it sure does sound like poimenes. And, like, poimenes is, like, the Lord, like, when it says, like, poimenes in the 23rd Psalm, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I think it's saying the Lord, like, either guides me or parents me, because poimenes sounds like a variation of poetes, and, like, I don't know for sure because I don't know how they change their words that much. But I know that, like, when I see poetes, it does remind me of poimenes, and clearly demiurge is weird. Demiurge is a weird word to be your parent, and it's important to know that. But what's more important to know is, like, who Origen is, because, like, we're not allowed to know who Origen is. Like, Origen's the most evil person of all time because everyone lies about him. And, like, we all know that we shouldn't, like, that's forbidden. See what he said. He was the first Christian writer. He was the entire Christian church. He got murdered, and he was, like, the biggest martyr of all time. We probably shouldn't at least hear what, like, the guy who died for the faith says.